my name is Guillaume Dupont-Nivet. I am a researcher at the CNRS, the French Center of research, Scientific Research, in Geosciences Rennes. My specialty is really to date sediments using magnetization of rocks and to reposition continents on the planet. And so from this, I develop other tools to look at on the one hand, the paleoclimate history that is preserved in sediments, and on the other hand, the paleogeography, so how the Earth looked like in the geologic past. Yeah, that's what we are trying to understand. So apparently, so generally it was much warmer, and that's why it's interesting also to study this period in the context of climate change, because CO2 levels are really high in the Eocene, and what happened in Central Asia in general, there is a long big sea that covers most of from China to the Mediterranean, and this influenced the local climate. But still, it's relatively dry and very seasonal already, and so along the sea there are some good conditions for living, but otherwise it's extremely dry. Then just during this climate event, the Eocene climate optimum, we see that the lakes filled up and there were lots of plants and mammals. My focus right now is really to develop better paleogeographic reconstructions and tools, focusing on Asia and Central Asia. Paleomagnetic tools, so it's record of the magnetic field in rocks that allow to date the rocks or to reposition them with respect to the magnetic north. That's my main tool. But I use also other tools, yeah. So, for example, for the dating, you can look at the evolution of climate cycles, and that allows to date more precisely. And then you can look at the evolution of mountain building and basin formations. And so all of this gets trapped into the sediments, and you can reconstruct the history of the region by looking at the sediments, how they evolve. And it's like reading a book. In the context of the ERC project, we have some results on Central Asia that are really interesting. So around 40 million years ago, there was a big climate event. And we found that, actually we found a record of this climate event in Central Asia, in Kazakhstan, and it was a big surprise because it was just at the position of a famous fossil that turned out to be just at the time of this climate event. So now we are trying to understand the co-occurrence of this, so the climate event and the fossil. Yeah, for me it's appealing because it's combining many different processes, putting together different views, and so different communities of people. And so I think what is really exciting in this project in particular is having people meet from different specialties and then building some new understanding on some processes. The main challenges is, I think it's finding the right people, because these projects are for like 4 or 5 years, the time of a PhD basically. The people you bring in really will make a big difference, and so usually it's great. I mean, you have, but it really depends on the personality of the students who will come and produce the science actually. And so another challenge is getting getting funding, of course. That's I would say really the biggest one. Okay, good.